not. They are men. I was assaulted by one. He broke his wife's jaw so bad she needed reconstructive surgery. I'm a lesbian. I'm not transphobic and I'm black. So if there's another black woman in here who wants to tell me how they feel, please join in. But all of you are not. And I don't know who you are or what you are, but I'm a lesbian, and I'm telling you right now, men are harassing women in the locker room.
What's good, y'all? It's Oouchie, back with the Oouchie Friends Podcast. Before we get into this, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and turn on notifications, because this conversation right here is going to piss some people off, and it needs to. Let me explain the clip you're about to see. We've got Tish Hyman, black, lesbian, woman, standing up in a room full of politicians, calling out Senator Scott Wiener in California. She says she was attacked in a women's locker room by a self-identified trans woman with a documented history of domestic violence. She's asking a simple question. What are you going to do to protect biological women in women-only spaces, locker rooms, bathrooms, prisons, from men who can legally just self-identify as women and walk in? That's the question. Now watch how fast the politician dodges, deflects, and hides behind buzzwords instead of giving a straight answer.
Senator Wiener, as the only black lesbian here, can I please ask you a question because I flew here to do that? Yeah. Okay. As a lesbian woman who was attacked in a woman's locker room at Gold's Gym this week by a self-identifying trans woman with a documented history of domestic violence, I'm deeply concerned about women's safety in female-only spaces. What would you say to women who are seeking assurance that their safety will be protected from men who, by California law, can self-ID as women in women-only spaces, sir? Please tell me.
Yeah, so we want, everyone to be safe, and we also know that, we have trans people, both men and women, who are men and women.
You see what he did? She lays out a real situation. She's in a women's locker room. A man who identifies as a woman with a history of violence comes at her. She's scared, she's assaulted, and she's asking, how will women be protected under these self-ID laws? And his answer is basically, we want everyone to be safe. Trans people are men and women. Trans women are women. That's not an answer. That's a slogan. You don't protect women by pretending sex doesn't exist. You protect women by admitting where the risk comes from and putting boundaries in place. This isn't about hating anybody. It's about the reality that male bodies, especially male bodies with violent histories, are more dangerous in closed, intimate spaces like locker rooms, showers, and prisons. You can say everyone should be safe all day, but if your laws say any man can self-identify and walk into a women's space, you didn't protect women. You abandoned them.
So if you're trans women or women.
Senator, you've done great things with the bills you've passed with the housing. I've read a lot of your bills, and like you said, there are bills that need to be opened up, and I'm telling you now, millions of women across America are being harassed and sexually assaulted in locker rooms. I'm a lesbian black woman. I'm not transphobic. I'm not homophobic. And I do respect a lot of the things you've done. But I do see a lot of these bills that you've passed that are dangerous for women and young children. And I understand that you're trying to be on a level playing field. And I'm here to represent my community because I hear a lot of things about my community in these bills. And I'm telling you as a woman, first and foremost, that this is dangerous.
Notice how Tish comes at him. She doesn't come in like some right-wing troll. She's a black lesbian woman. She makes it clear she's not transphobic. She says she respects some of his other bills on housing. She's not some Fox News plant. She's literally the demographic Democrats claim to represent. And she says, millions of women across America are being harassed and sexually assaulted in locker rooms. I'm a lesbian black woman, and I'm telling you, as a woman first, this is dangerous. And what does she get back? Another round of word salad. Democrats keep saying they want to protect women, but every time a woman actually stands up and says, hey, I don't feel safe with men in my locker room, she gets talked over, dismissed, or labeled something she's not. If your pro-woman policies require you to ignore women like Tish Hyman, you're not protecting women. You're protecting your ideology.
We need your help because you're in the office. You're going to go in the Polinsky spot. I want to support you. I have millions of people behind me watching this right now. And we want to know, are you going to protect women? Not trans women, women. Trans women are different things. Women. Listen, we need to protect women's safety. I was assaulted.
Women are women.
I was assaulted. No, they are not. They are men. I was assaulted by one. He broke his wife's jaw so bad she needed reconstructive surgery.
This is the part right here that had the room squirming. Tish makes it crystal clear. She's not talking about politics. She's not talking about feelings. She's talking about safety. Are you going to protect women? Not trans women, women. She talks about the man who broke his wife's jaw. She talks about being harassed in the locker room. She's giving them real-world consequences of these laws. And the crowd response? Let him answer. Woo, woo, woo. Basically, calm down, sit down, let the politician spin. Nah. This is where I stand with her. Just because a man says, I'm a woman now, does not erase his history, his body, or the threat level he can pose in a female-only space. You can respect trans people's existence and still say, violent males do not belong in women's locker rooms. Convicted abusers do not belong in women's prisons. Self-identification should not be a master key to women's spaces.
I'm a lesbian. I'm not transphobic and I'm black. So if there's another black woman in here who wants to tell me how they feel, please join in. But all of you are not. And I don't know who you are, what you are, but I'm a lesbian, and I'm telling you right now, men are harassing women in the locker room.
Let's let him answer the question.
I'm just telling you, since y'all want to woo.
No, just let's.
Now I'm done. And by the way, I respect what you have done. I just want to let you know that.
Let's give the senator the opportunity.
I'm done.
I appreciate your point of view.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry that you were harassed,
Multiple times.
and I appreciate you talking about it. I think we need to protect the safety of all women, and that obviously that's incredibly important. And I also know that trans women are also brutalized in this country. So women and cisgender women are brutalized in this country, and we have to protect the safety of all women.
Now look at this classic politician move. After she's done and sits down, he finally speaks. I'm so sorry you were harassed. We need to protect all women. Trans women are also brutalized. Cisgender women are brutalized. There it is. When a woman says, I was assaulted in a locker room by a male-bodied person the law allowed in, he responds with, well, everybody's suffering. That's not policy. That's emotional fog. You can acknowledge that trans people face violence and still say, we will not compromise women's boundaries in locker rooms, shelters, or prisons. But they refuse to say that last part out loud. Why? Because the moment they say, we will put limits on where male bodies can go, they'll get attacked by their own activist base. If you can't say no to a violent man in a dress walking into a women's locker room, you are not fit to make laws about women's safety.
Texas women, we cannot be raped in the bathrooms by men that want to say they're women. They're not women. They're not women. I'm leaving. It's okay, but I'm not going to take it. I am leaving because you know what? You guys are not protecting women. You're doing a lot. The bills that you're passing for the law, I read a lot of them. They're great. But this things with the trans, it's not right.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. And my name is Tish Hyman. You heard me, sister? All right. Don't let them use our blackness and our civil rights as a reason to pass weird laws for children to transform. It's wrong. My sister's in jail. She can't get free tampons or soap, but she can get free transformation medication. Big Pharma is best. Tired of it.
This is where we connect to video 2. Tish says, don't let them use our blackness and our civil right to pass these weird laws for children to transform. My sister's in jail. She can't get tampons or soap, but men can get transformation medication? That's a crazy double standard if what she's describing is accurate. Women can't get basic hygiene in prison. There's funding and medication for male inmates identifying as women. This is the same pattern. Every day, women get less. Politicians brag about progress. And if you question it, you're treated like the problem. In video 2, you're gonna see Tish outside Shakopee Women's Prison, calling out the fact that male inmates are being housed in a women's facility. She says it plain, one man is enough to cause havoc. And if you've ever seen prison culture, you know exactly why.
Yeah, Shakopee Women's Prison, I hope y'all can hear me in there. My voice is loud, and I hope it reaches you behind those walls to let you know that we are here. We are here to raise awareness about the injustice that's happening in this prison and many prisons throughout America. There are women being housed with men in men's prisons. You can only imagine how that could be dangerous. Sorry, let me rephrase. Women being housed in women's prisons with men. Whether there are 9 men, whether there are 20,000 men, one man is enough to cause havoc in a woman's prison. okay? I've never been to prison. But I could lay in my bed as I went to sleep last night and think about a man stronger than every female in the prison, walking around, picking them out like chickens, and it makes me angry. These are women. They're human beings. Because you committed a crime does not make your life less valuable. You understand? This is insane. And the truth is that many people do not know what's happening in the prisons in America. Well, people of the world who are watching and hearing this, and Shakopee, the women of Shakopee, we're going to let the whole world know what's going on in the women's prison. Men are in there. There is no such thing as a trans. There are just men and women. Some men like to wear dresses, and there's nothing special to see there. Women need protection from men. They should not be in the prisons with us, the locker rooms with us, the sports with us. They are men. I am tired of people acting like they don't have eyes and a brain between their ears. You can see it. They are men. Where are these pictures of these hideous looking men? You see this? You see this? These are women? These are women to you? America? Walls? Whatever that lady's name is, passing this freaky stuff? What is it? Okay? Whatever bill needs to be passed to get them out of here, that's what we need to do. Get them out of the prison, all right? Look at these unsavory pieces of biscuits here. They gotta go. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. It's dangerous. It's very obvious that this is wrong, okay?
This first video is Tish confronting a politician. The second video is her confronting the system. She talks about women in Shakopee trying to sleep at night, knowing a male body inmate is walking the tier. How putting men in women's prisons is a recipe for abuse. How regular people out here have no clue this is happening. And this is where I'm with her, 100%. Women's prisons, women's locker rooms, women's shelters, women's bathrooms. Those spaces exist for one reason, to give women a place away from men. Any system that lets male offenders, especially violent ones, into those spaces is not inclusive, it's negligent. So here's where I land on this. You can have compassion for trans people. You can acknowledge their struggle. You can support them not being harassed in public. But I don't care what party you're in. If your policies allow male bodies into women-only spaces over women's objections, you are not pro-woman. And when a black lesbian like Tish has to fly in, tell you she was assaulted, and you still can't say, okay, we need to draw a line here. That tells me everything I need to know. You scroll, hit subscribe, smash that like button, drop a comment. Should male-bodied people ever be allowed in women-only spaces? Are Democrats really protecting women or just protecting their narrative? This is Oouchie. This is the Oouchie Friends Podcast, and I'll see y'all in the next video.
007 on the beat like James Bond. Super high on life, eyes low like Cheech and Chong. Footprint big on the groove, King Kong. All this fashion, how I match it, I'm on. So don't watch now, watch me show. So don't watch now, watch me show. 007 on the beat like James Bond. Super high on life, eyes low like Cheech and Chong. Footprint big on the groove, King Kong. All this fashion, how I match it, oh. So don't watch now, watch me show. So don't watch now, watch me show. Cool head, warm glow. Mission complete.